Welcome to the fun and crazy world of Paige, a fairy tale world based off various fairy tales around the world. It's a silly and ridiculous RPG show where my players are trying to laugh me to death. And we are going to try something different with the recap today. We are going to let our players do so. If you boys would take it away.
Right, so I don't actually remember a lot of what happened last session because it drove me to drink IRL, and Bardolph also spent most of the session really drunk. That's my version of events, and I'm sticking to it.
Probably a good thing, too. See, things start off fairly normal. We were returning from the abandoned and cursed mansion of Bluebeard. Look up the fairy tale if you want nightmares. Then, back in town, Weber ran into a very old friend, and that's when this old friend, who happened to be a bard, was with her troupe. Bard thing. Well, the only thing that could be said is bard things happened. Please, for the love of God, do not make me recount all of it. Please. I'm begging. But after bard things happened involving Weber, two bards, and a rose knight, it was decided it was best to run to another town as quickly as possible to avoid the bards. And Weber had a mental breakdown because he figured that bad things would happen because of what happened with the bards and the rose knight.
And you guys ran into a bunny.
Oh, yes, the bunny. Oh, dear.
Oh, I
Almost
remember
went
the
to
bunny. I
Wonderland
wanted to eat her.
at first, but then he wanted to keep it as a pet.
That also sounds like me.
Yes, which by Weber opening his big mouth and offering to help escort the bunny person from town to a rabbit hole, the entire party almost wound up trapped in Wonderland.
I would
Or,
have
or,
rolled with
or at
it,
least
guys.
Bardolph. Or at least Bardolph.
Yep, because he almost fell into the said rabbit hole because he didn't see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember now. There was a bear. It was like a dire bear, and we were like, yeah, pwned. And then you were like, oh no, that was just a warm up. And a bigger dire bear. And I was like, I had to open my big fat mouth.
But we managed to talk it into leaving us alone.
That's what Weber's great at. Get that highest skill at persuasion.
Yes.
We will start back off in the tavern as morning comes. We will start off in Bardolph's room, actually, as he is after the awkward conversation that him and Lainey had the evening prior, because he went to bed sober for once.
Oh no. I don't remember this conversation.
Basically, it was a conversation that the two of them had about where they stood.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Think. Think. I remember that.
I think you were a few glasses in at that point. Uh,
Bartle
Morning.
stretches and his back pops like a freaking accordion unfolding. Mm. Morning, Red.
She looks like she hasn't slept hardly.
He rolls out of bed and proceeds to go about his normal routine of halfway getting ready for the day and then going down and getting breakfast.
Hey, before he does that, hey,
Yes.
I wanted to apologize for our awkward conversation.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
I
Uh,
just I'll leave it be then. You obviously don't want to talk further.
it's not big on the whole talking about feelings thing. Not really. It's not what I'm about.
No, I understand.
I am a wolf folk of action. Actions speak louder
Right.
than words, as I'm sure you found out last night. Where the hell is my jacket?
I don't know. Maybe you should check Chester.
He checks under the bed first. There it is. Well, you look like you might need some more sleep. so I'll make sure that we don't leave without you.
Okay, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm probably going to. I was up thinking most of the night. Something I probably shouldn't do.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're bad at thinking or not, but I just assume that it's, more thinking's better than less thinking unless you're trying to sleep.
Right. It's when all of the thoughts come to you.
But you don't drink enough then, he says, and steps through the door with a grin and a wink and heads downstairs for breakfast.
What is Weber doing?
Weber's still passed out.
Oh. Well, as you come downstairs, Bardolph, roll a perception check, add your smelling and hearing.
13.
Oh, fucking damn. You get downstairs and you see Aerith at the bar, and you smell someone before you see them. There's another fucking wolffolk in here. Second one you've ran into in the past 2 days.
Huh. Well, I'm going to
And-
have to go sniff them out.
Well, as you see this guy sitting at the bar with his back facing the bar. He has palish skin, wavy, shoulder-length black hair, piercing blue eyes, and a 5 o'clock shadow, and a really nice coat, with his arms draped around 2 women on either side of him. And he's got a big scar from his nose to his cheek.
God damn, somebody wakes up early in the morning. Bardolph says, like, at him as he proceeds to go to the bar and order about 3 plates of food.
The guy just gives you a grin, half grin with you can see his canine showing, which is extra sharp. As you order your food, you hear one of the girls giggle and go, "Archon, how did you get that scar?" And that name immediately clicks in your head.
Flashback.
Archon, you've heard that name used several times, and usually with a motherfucker or asshole after it.
And sometimes before, I imagine. All right.
Yeah.
Bardolph's gonna stroll over there with kind of like an appreciative smile. And I roll attack.
Oh, you're gonna deck the son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows, and I rolled a 7 on my first attack.
Jesus.
And an 8 on my second attack.
Good
and
God.
The goal is to knock him off of his stool and proceed to kick him until he either gets up or rolls out the door.
Okay. You have a -2 to your attacks.
Well, then one of them misses.
Okay. And what were the other 2?
The other 2?
Yeah, you did Flurry of Blows.
Yeah, I only attacked with 1 action.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to beat him to death. I'm trying to teach him a lesson.
Okay, so you hit him the 1 time. Roll your damage.
Prefer it to be non-lethal damage.
Right.
Okay, 7 points.
Damn. He just looks at you.
Archon, you skeezy son of a bitch.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm the guy that's been running across the trail of broken hearts you leave behind. You give bad guys like me a bad name.
Whose brother are you?
Wouldn't you like to know? Why don't we go outside and we settle this like gentlemen?
Fine. You watch as the girls are like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm fine. I'll take care of this bastard."
Bardolph takes his his coat off and hands it to one girl, takes his vest off, hands it to the other one, and starts rolling up his sleeves. And
a hand was placed on his shoulder. Oh, what is the meaning of this, Bardolph?
Well, I'm pretty sure you heard the whole "you give bad guys like me a bad name"
Right, but may I ask why the first thing in the morning you come down and you punch a man in the face?
because he deserves it.
I don't know what the fuck I did to you.
It wasn't to me. It was to Laney's sister and that little
He
boy
just
you left behind.
gets wide-eyed. Wait, what do you mean? One is Laney here, and he just looks around like with this squirrely look on his face. And what do you mean, little boy?
Get your sorry ass out of this bar. I don't want to wreck it. It's a nice place.
He growls and is like, and Aerith's like, should I go wake her? Or you?
Yeah, I think you might want to at least watch.
All right. He gets up out of his stool.
Bardolph, by the way, is grinning from ear to ear whenever he's not, talking. When he talks, he looks really serious, but otherwise he looks almost manic.
I didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah, well, you didn't exactly stick around long enough to find out. Out!
He walks out of the bar. I left because she wanted to tell her family, and I didn't want to. I'd know they'd disown her.
Well, they disowned her anyways when a wolf pup popped out, sucker. He cracks his knuckles, cracks his neck, does a little boxer dance. Put him up.
Fine. He throws his jacket on the ground and rolls up his sleeves.
All right. It says magic words.
What?
Roll initiative.
Oh, yeah. Roll initiative.
4. Bardolph is obviously still asleep.
Yep. That's okay. 3, so...
As sleepy as Bardolph might be, Archon is stunned.
Yes.
Okay, so I go first. I'm gonna open up with 2 more flurries of blows.
Hot damn.
9.
Jesus. -2.
Okay, so 7. Nat 10 modified 13.
Jesus.
So that's gonna be triple damage.
Yeah? I'm assuming all non-lethal, though?
Yeah. Modified 12. That's gonna be double damage.
Fuck.
And modified 5. So that last one will miss.
Okay.
So damage, triple damage, double damage. So we'll go.
God, you're gonna do so much damage to this dude.
Okay, the first one is 5 with a good straight right to the face. The next one is 13 with a swift kick to the groin, followed by an iron palm to the sternum, and as he's staggering back, 15 points of damage to lunge forward with an elbow to the temple and just crack.
Hold on. Roll those damages again? Or tell me those damage again?
I think it was 5, 13, and 15. Yeah.
Holy shit. In one round, you did 33 points of damage.
Hot damn, I love being a monk.
Damn. He watches, he just spits up blood. You fucking... He's hardy. You've not knocked him yet.
Yeah. He's tougher than I am. I'm gonna go ahead and use a bonus action to activate patient defense.
Okay.
So just sit there and, bring my arms out over my head and down in a circular motion and just expel any anger, any impatience, and use my ki to ready that patient defense and give him the whole classic Bruce Lee, come here, hand signal.
Okay. Damn. He jabs and like smacks you right in the face.
This is what I get for watching too many plays.
Yeah, because he rolled a nat 10. And with max damage and smacks him square in the jaw for 8 points of damage.
Ow! Okay, is he going to use his other attack, or is that it?
Yes. And you recoiling from the hit, you managed to dodge out of the way of the second rib hit that he was going for.
Love being a monk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Let's really wreck this guy's day.
What the hell is going on here?
Who asked this? Obvious.
Lainey.
Who asked this question of the obvious fight going on?
Lainey she says that before she quite sees what's going on as she's turning the corner.
Wait for it. Say nothing.
Archon!
Curse of the Flying Monkeys. No, sorry. Technicolor Dream.
Oh, okay.
So, point two fingers at him. Hold my other hand in the proper mystic hand sign and channel the astral energy from Oz in bright flash of a small starburst appears on my two extended fingers. His eyes flash green. He has to make a will save.
Okay.
With -1 for my mystic path.
Would still be an 8.
Oh, -2, but...
Oh, -2.
Yeah.
That would be a 7.
Well, I guess he succeeds. So that means he shakes it off, but does that mean he takes damage on his turn? Still, that first damage? Or not?
No, he shakes it off.
Motherfucker's really tough. It's still my turn. I'm gonna try it again.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Okay.
It's tracked like 5 key points at this point. I'm halfway out of key.
Oh, I know this sucks because you want it to work.
Fate point. Reroll that shit.
Okay, because he rolled a nat 10.
Yeah.
Oh, you were so lucky.
Fuck that guy.
He rolled a 2.
Well, there we go.
So you watch as he just sort of, the first time he just, you see the flash for a second and he shakes it off. The second time, the flash of green in his eyes, and he just wobbles for a second and then falls to the ground.
Okay, time for psychic damage.
Okay.
Gotta fuck his shit up. How many d4s do I roll? 2 d4?
It's a d4, I believe.
4.
Okay. He's starting to bleed out of his mouth a little bit.
Okay, well, I don't want to kill him.
Psychic damage. There's no non-lethal.
I know that. Unfortunately.
Bardolph doesn't.
No, well, I'm sure Bardolph knows that psychic damage is lethal too. But unfortunately, there's no way to tell how many hit points an unconscious character has.
Right, but you before you knocked him out, he was looking fucked.
So I'm gonna walk over there and kick him in the ribs 3 or 4 times. Just take cheap shots. I know he wakes up.
You watch as Lainey pushes you aside and then kicks him in the ribs.
Okay, my job here is done, he declares, and proceeds to start unrolling his sleeves.
He starts to throw up blood.
That don't look good, mate. May want to see a healer about that shit.
Lainey? Archon? You slimy son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said.
Ugh, he's having trouble speaking. Your sister, she's still in... And she just shakes her head with this look of pissed offness on her face. I didn't know. I thought I was leaving for her benefit.
Bardolph, Bardolph wants to roll insight, see if he's lying.
Okay, roll insight.
Dude needs an ass kicked either way, but
Yeah.
yes, and I do have that skill. 4! He totally believes everything.
Really?
Or he gets the wrong impression, one or the other.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he seems believable.
Okay. Bardolph feels no regret for kicking his ass, though.
I meant everything I said before I left, as he's wiping the blood from his mouth. I mean, I probably wouldn't have said it if I wasn't under the throes of the full moon, but I meant it nonetheless.
Bardolph goes and he collects his vest and coat from the floozies that were around Archon previously.
Archon, hobbles himself into the tavern, holding his ribs. Oh.
Are we even going to let him stay in the same tavern?
And he's like, I mean, we're leaving, aren't we? After this?
Yeah, but I haven't had breakfast.
Yeah, well, he says as he's holding his ribs, gonna go back to Nero.
Not so sure that's a good idea, buddy.
Well, I've gotta see him at the very least, right? I didn't even know I had a kid.
Look, there's a lot of Reds in that town that all want to wear your pelt. If you're man enough to go back and make things right, by all means. But if you're the cowardly, slimy son of a bitch that I think you are, you're best just running and hiding.
Because I can tell you right now, the ones that didn't disown her will skin you alive.
And if I know Red's the other ones too.
Probably. And as much as I despise you and would like to be the one to do it, I don't want to have her watch that. I've got to at least try. God, the taste of blood is terrible. I mean, at least when it's your own blood. It's preferable when it's others.
Off you get.
Scram! Taking after your sister, probably not the best idea, Lainey. We're terrible. At least this one won't run off.
Do you want another ass kicking? Because I've got at least one more good ass kicking left in me.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? Even if I ran out, I think I've got a can right here of whoop ass with your name on it. Move!
He leaves, crippled, out of the bar. As you sit at the bar with a slightly swollen jaw, but probably a good sense of pride, 'cause he got away a lot worse than you did.
Yeah, I should literally see the other guy.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Well, yeah, I kind of did. There's a half-wolf back there with no father. That's no way for a child to be raised.
Aerith said the first thing you did when you saw him was punch him in the face.
Yep, pretty much. I was direct. I was not going to waste time.
Yeah, that means a lot. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, I didn't do it for you, but you're welcome.
I know. You did it for her.
I did it for the honor of the wolf folk.
Yeah, that
If
bastard
such a
got what
thing
was
can
coming
be
to
said
him.
to exist.
I understand. No, you guys, you're a lot more honorable than some humans I've met.
You know, we may be thieves and cheats and sometimes uncivilized. Sometimes we fight in the street and we drink too much, but we don't leave pups behind. That's just not something we do.
I'm inclined to believe that he didn't know. I mean, he didn't seem to know when I put that scar on his face.
So he's gotten his ass kicked for this twice? That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, well, he was, it was, later after he proposed, and it was the middle of the night, and I was going out to get supplies, from the woods, also to get out of the house, and I saw him walking with his stuff, and I was like, hey, where are you going, Archon? He basically didn't have a good enough excuse, and I realized he was leaving, and I was really pissed off about it, because she hadn't told anyone else, but she told me about him asking her, and I sort of attacked him, blades drawn.
Threw a mouthful of bacon. He's like, Damn. You are intense.
Yeah, you don't hurt the people I care about. You just don't do it.
Nom, nom, nom. Guess not. Let's grab Weber and blow this popsicle stand.
Right. Maybe he's still asleep. I didn't expect that, I didn't realize that that would have far more potency than, I guess, for a human, because spider physiology.
I think it was all the caffeine.
Weber, you hear a knock at the door.
Go away. Got enough visitors.
Weber, get your ass up and preferably come to the door in the more non-creepy form.
I take it that's Laney talking.
Yeah.
As soon as you stop juggling those geese,
What?
and tell Bardolph to stop yelling angry poetry at me. It's terrible.
I am
So
legitimately...
Bardolph, hearing this down at the bar, chokes on his bacon. He's laughing so hard.
Weber, we're about to leave soon.
It's not even sunrise.
It's almost afternoon.
I don't
This-
believe you.
Listen to the Rose Knight and get your ass up.
I am. She's nagging me about massages because her armor hurts her back. And she's kicking me from under the bed.
You take care of this, Aerith. I'm going downstairs.
And tell
What
that fly to quit trying to convince me to start a bank so that way I can steal all the money from it.
Weber, please, get up. Don't make me have to get a key.
I have
me?
key.
Oh.
What? They
I would
put the
imagine
door
you-
back up? I thought Laney kicked that down.
Yeah, I have
Oh.
the same kind of key that opened
Oh.
opened
That's
the
right.
door at Bluebeard's Manor. It's called the Master Key.
Yeah, don't kick the door in, Bardolph.
And I also have the kind of key that activates my monk abilities. I have keys.
You do have keys. Weber, come on, you don't want us to leave you behind now, do you?
You lazy eight-legged bastard, get up. There's already been a fight.
Did I win any bets on it?
You weren't even at the betting table. Get your ass out of here. Bardolph goes to the door. All right. You asked for it. I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow this door down.
Why are you nagging me like my adopted son?
Maximilian Weber, you have to the count of 3.
Open the door with an angry glare. That's my line, Buster.
Bardolph smiles and says, "Good, you're up. Let's go."
It was just nighttime a minute ago.
You also passed out in the middle of the bar after trying to walk up to your room. I think Lainey's potion might have been a bit too potent. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Bardolph had to carry your sorry ass up the steps into your room.
I thought he kicked me in the face. It would explain why my face hurts. But I fell?
Yeah. No, Bardolph kicked someone in the face, but it wasn't you.
Oh.
He probably deserved it.
Oh, definitely deserved it. Well, no, did you kick him in the face? You kicked him in the ribs. Hell, I kicked him in the ribs. That was so satisfying.
No, I punched him in the face and kicked him in the nads.
There we go.
Glad
It's
you kids had fun.
Not fighting fair, but it wins.
Yeah. No, you missed it. He kicked the shit out of the asshole that left my sister.
Oh, so he finally finished the fight?
Well, I mean, technically Lainey hit him last. Yeah.
But he was already unconscious.
Oh.
Still felt really satisfying. I'm pretty sure I may have broken a rib.
I guess I should thank you for that sleeping potion, lady, but please a different herb mix next time if I have to.
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
I mean, for the past 2 hours, I've had to put up with Bardolph angrily yelling terrible poetry at me because you were sitting on the foot of my bed juggling geese.
What? I don't. You can keep your dreams to yourself, because that's just...
I don't poetry. I don't.
You didn't in the dream either.
Well,
Your best one was, and I quote, "Roses are red, violets are blue, that is their color, that is their hue."
Well, I mean, that's a lot better than I am in real life. Let's go.
Well, I guess in reality it's better than having Aerith constantly kicking me in the back.
Why would I kick you? You know what? Let's just get going.
You were kicking me in the back because I wasn't going to give you a free massage because your armor hurt your back. I insisted on a price of 5 silver.
I wouldn't have asked, and your dreams are weird, dear Weber.
Really, they make more sense.
I'm not sure you wouldn't have asked. Sure.
Shut up, Bardolph.
Still,
Bardolph playfully sticks his tongue out and proceeds to shoo everyone out of the inn.
I'm barely even awake, Bardolph. Calm down.
So by my estimate, we have about a week's time before we get to Maleficent's castle, and about 2 towns or so in between.
Huff, puff, that much? You guys are slowing me down.
Well, you're welcome to run. I'll make sure these two catch up.
No, he's not going anywhere without me. Or I'd have to... He'd be the one on the receiving end of that ass whooping.
Good luck finding another wolf folk capable of delivering it.
Oh, who said it would be a wolf folk?
If it's not a wolf folk, you don't stand a chance.
I mean, I did manage to give that scar to Archon.
You ambushed the man in the dark with a knife.
I didn't ambush him. He knew I was there. I questioned him. And it wasn't a knife, it was a sword.
Great bandit behavior there. It's just got another sandwich in here somewhere.
You. So the next town that we are headed to is called Ophelia.
I've heard the name of that town before. Mari told me a story about it.
I could imagine the stories that one would tell. Probably lewd, I would assume.
Well, she found it absolutely hilarious because 6 of her current lovers showed up at the same performance.
That does not surprise me.
Who's Mari?
My elven bard friend that you barely met because you were drunk out of your mind the other day.
There was an elf?
Yes.
Yeah, the one with the blue hair that immediately, as soon as we walked into the door of the tavern, Weber yelled at.
Not ringing any bells. All I seem to remember is there's this fox girl.
Yeah, you were drooling.
Probably. But that's all I remember. I didn't do anything stupid, did I?
No, you didn't.
Okay, good.
I mean, you threatened one of the bards, which I kind of found amusing, but nothing stupid.
Yeah, surprise, it was me that did the stupid stuff.
This is not really all that surprising to me.
You don't remember taking the note from Weber? Lainey, please.
I seem to remember burning something.
Yes, thankfully you did burn it.
Lainey leans over to Bardolph. You don't remember the awkward conversation about Aerith and our dear friend Weber?
Maybe I'm just trying to forget.
That's probably for the best.
In any event, let us go to the next town then, and once again, hope there are no bards.
That would be spectacular if there was no bards.
Wouldn't this be the second town our party has been scouting ahead to make sure there weren't bards in?
Yes.
You guys get about 4 or 5. It actually, the town is fairly close to the other town. You can get there fairly quickly, but you guys get into about 4 hours of travel. Roll a perception check, the two of you. You can add your hearing and smell.
7.
7, okay. What about you?
That is a modified 6.
Okay. You Bardolph, you hear twigs snapping from the woods beside you, and you both see about the same time a young man and a young woman, in both of which to look to have witches and wizards hats on, both pale skinned. The woman has green hair and is wearing a knee-length dress with a green apron and flowers in her hair, and the man is the boy is wearing ripped pants, a red tunic shirt, and a jacket, and they're approaching you from the woods.
Do they look like bandits?
No, they look like magic folk. They've got the witch and wizard hats, and they don't look like they're even wearing armor, really.
So, I know that the typical response to magic folk is probably deep suspicion, but Bardolph likes his magic, and he likes his magic users when they're on his side. So he starts beaming, and he raises a hand. He's like, "Hello there, fellow travelers."
You, the two of them look at the group. Hello. What do we have here? A pair of travelers, I do see. It is a pleasure. I don't know if you can tell, but they are speaking in tandem of one another, like they're finishing each other's sentences.
Okay.
Just lean into Aerith. They are highly suspicious.
I like them. I'm Bardolph, he says, walking up to shake their hands. And it hasn't been a pleasure yet, he says, winking at the girl.
Farron, Klaus.
Hands are shaked. Introductions are made. This is my elderly companion here, Maximilian Weber. And this is Laney Red. And that there's Rose Knight.
My name is Aerith.
Is Aria. Yeah.
Aerith.
That's what I said. I said that. I got it right.
It is nice to meet you. We usually do not see such interesting people walking the roads.
I know I'm probably going to regret asking, but what do you mean by interesting?
Well, you seem quite capable indeed, and such an interesting mix.
It's a Rose Knight. She's a dead giveaway.
A knight, a human, a spider, and a wolf. Such an interesting combination.
Yeah, you guys can handle the magic casters. I'm just gonna step back a bit.
Bardolph is like, you're right. It sounds like the beginning to a bad joke. A wolf, a spider, a Rose Knight, and a red walk into a bar.
They laugh.
So pretty much my life has been a bad joke since I met you, Weber.
Yes, and unfortunately I end up being the punchline of most of the jokes. Well then, now that I'm feeling comfortably distant, I suppose now we can talk.
Is there an issue with us at all? You seem uncomfortable.
I have a 50-50 track record of dealing with magic casters. Some want to study me when I'm alive. The other half want to study me when I'm dead.
We do not have such a morbid fascination. Laney leans over and goes, Okay, am I the only one that finds the fact that they're finishing each other's sentences really creepy?
Incredibly. So you look like magic folk. What do you do?
Well, we do quite a lot of things. We often deal with nature and the various cooking. We do love our cooking magic.
Cooking magic.
You look as if you're weary. Would you like to take a rest?
Yes, please.
No, we've had plenty of rest.
I am actually pretty hungry. We have quite delicious food if you would be interested.
Food.
Aerith, help me convince them.
The only thing better than a magic user to Bardolph? Well, the only thing better than a friendly magic user to Bardolph is a friendly food magic user.
Please, right this way. And they go to walk towards... Do the group of you think that this is the best idea? I do not see malice, but I'm assuming Bardolph has already started following them.
Yep, he is following his nose.
And Laney is following suit too.
Just because there's no malice doesn't mean they're willing to eat you.
We should at least follow them so that they do not get into too much trouble.
Remember yesterday, Bardolph griping and complaining about me wanting to help that little rabbit folk?
Yes.
Now he's dragging us into the forest following two random magic folk.
That are kind of creepy. I'm not going to lie. You guys travel just a little bit into the woods and you find this really rather quaint cottage. It's not made of candy, so that's a step in the right direction.
I'm pretty sure we were all wondering that.
If they ask us to help them
probably.
cook, if they ask us to help cook, you grab one of those two, I'll grab the other, and we run.
And it's this beautiful cottage covered in ivy, with lots of flowers and things outside of it. It's not like super sizable, but it's not like absolutely tiny. It looks like it could fit all of you.
Does Bardolph smell anything delicious?
Yeah, you smell aromatic meats and like some other stuff, like maybe celery in there, and it smells really, really good.
Bardolph is smacking his lips to keep the saliva at bay.
You smell this before anyone else does, but as you guys get to the cottage, I want everyone to roll a will check -2.
What the crap?
That is a 6 modified.
Damn. Okay. What did you get?
Just checking to see if I had any kind of skills that might help with that. It's a modified
do-
1.
Oh. Oh my god, you need this food. It smells so good. Like, you have to eat this food. You have to. And
Bardolph is going to eat food. He is going to
Yeah.
be like, so, I don't want to be rude, but you offering?
of course, we would love to have you eat our cooking. We're always testing out new recipes and always would like to have people try them. And the two girls are walking up right beside Bardolph now.
It smells so
smells-
good, I'm not sure where to begin.
It absolutely smells delicious.
No. This is starting to creep me out and weird me out. This is finishing each other's sentences, randomly offering people food, the whole testing new things, new recipes.
Calm down, Mr. Spider. It's not... We are sorry if we are causing you any grief at all.
You're not the ones causing me grief. It's them. Point to the 3 sitting at the table.
They start to ladle out soup or stew that they've made and set the 4 bowls. Please try some.
Pull out one little chunk of meat.
Okay, are you guys all going to eat it?
Nom 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 nom.
Okay.
I'm actually going to roll a survival check based off of prior knowledge. Does it smell like cooked human?
No.
I still find the whole thing suspicious, but eat one little piece, and if anything feels wrong...
Okay. As everyone goes to eat the food, it's delicious. It's really, really good. But
Bardolph asked for seconds.
as you guys eat, and even you, Max, who's only eaten one of the pieces, it seems as if the two twins are getting further away from you. And, like, you seem to be, you don't know if you're quite sinking into your chair, but the table, you're starting to see your eyeline go down.
Nope, resist.
As
I'm shrinking!
as you guys are now on your separate stools, what look like really far away from one another now.
Lady, you're so cute. Look how small you are.
Thank you. It's... Oh, goodness. I think we probably shouldn't have eaten that.
But it was so good.
You guys hear... Oh, no. We have messed up again. I guess that they have disappeared.
Disappeared? I'm right here.
I don't think they can see us.
Well, climb up the back of the chair and start waving. Hey, over here. Hey.
The roll and a climb check to climb up the back of the chair.
I have agility and I have strength. So which one do you want?
Agility.
So that's a modded 10.
Yeah, you climb up the back of the chair. They don't seem to notice you, though.
Alright, time to go full Charlotte's Web. Turn into a spider and start weaving a web. It's going to be a pain to spell it out in common in the web, though.
SOS.
How do... I want to jump to your stool, but I'm afraid to...
Bardoff was going to run and jump over to Lainey's stool.
Okay. Roll for it. It would be acrobatics on this one.
Agility,
Agility. There we go.
nat 10.
Yeah, you like with a style.
I leaped like a freaking gazelle.
Yeah. This is quite hard. I'm absolutely tiny. Lainey like grabs him and hugs him. This is weird.
Weber's
He
just
goes
on
back.
his stool, angrily shouting curse words at Bardolph and Drider.
I think Weber's trying to tell me how much he appreciated that food.
We probably shouldn't have followed the creepy witches into the woods.
Well, the good news is that, typically kinds of big, large-scale enchantments aren't permanent. Unless there's
Here's
some kind of,
hoping.
like, magic item that things are tied to, like the Beast's Rose or something.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Otherwise, it's going to be a really long walk back to town to get somebody to break this spell.
Yeah. You're using your web to make like in the web you're making lettering?
Yes. Full bore Charlotte's Web. You shrank us, we're still here. And then just spell out in Drider just for Weber's sake, just whatever obscenity he feels applies.
What would be like a proper spider curse, like aphids?
You hear Klaus go, Look, sister. Oh, he is the proper size of a spider now.
How small exactly are we?
You guys are about, you guys are pretty small. You're,
I was thinking like 1 foot tall, but she seems to
Not
indicate
even
like
that.
an inch tall.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you guys are about like, a mouse size people.
Okay, so a few inches tall.
Yeah, a few inches tall. What? Are your friends? They're with you as well.
Wave. Over here!
I'll go collect them. Walk away to the different stools, grumbling and Drider.
They look at where you guys are currently at, and well, that is not quite what we expected. Our apology. Let's see if we can do anything to fix this. And they go over and they look through their stuff, and they're like, no, not this. Not this either.
At this point, just drop lines to Bardolph and Laney and Eris. That way they can climb up to the top of the table.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea. You guys climb up to the top of the table. They come up to you guys and go, well, the good news is that we have a way to reverse it. The bad news is that we do not have all of our ingredients.
Half, half.
However, we do know where we can get some. But we cannot get to it. However, at your size, you will be able to acquire it a lot easier.
Bardolph growls, and he probably sounds like a miniature puppy.
Right, just tell me where it is. Hopefully there's a mouse there I can kill or something.
That is
I
fortunate
don't know
that
about
you say
but like
that.
a mouse would be like a bear right now, so I'd rather not run into any mice.
There is a small mouse's home not far from here.
Maybe not far for somebody your size. It'll take us ages.
We can drop you into the location.
What do you mean drop?
Not literally. We can take you there. and set you down.
Yes, please.
They both hold out their hands.
Bardolph goes ahead and he wolfs out.
I bet tiny Wolf Bardolph looks adorable.
Well, I mean, it just we don't look younger, right? We just are smaller.
No, you're just smaller. Weber, do you crawl into one of their hands?
Yes.
Aerith and Lainey walk into their hands. Lainey still grabbed onto Bardolph.
Bardolph looks forlornly at his buttons as they all fell off.
Aw.
I'm
Chester,
gonna
by
make
the
it
way,
more house.
is not tiny. He is huge, sitting in the corner, looking very confused, and probably still looking for Bardolph. He's like,
As confused as a steamer trunk can look, I guess.
yeah, as confused as a steamer trunk can look.
Whistle. You know, guys, we could probably ride Chester.
You probably could, but not having him. Do you think he would take us where we need to go?
No, I think these two are going to. I think they're our best bet.
Yeah, I can see the three of you easily being tumbled off of Chester whenever he gets hyper.
It is not far. We will take you there. You were looking for something that a mouse has. It is a cookie. A small cookie.
We're on a quest for a cookie, guys. This is like Sesame Street, so hardcore. It's like, cookie? Oh, I love cookies. No.
If you give a mouse a cookie.
Oh no. This is almost as bad as if you give a moose a pancake.
You guys, they walk, and like it feels so weird because their walk and like their movements are like vibrating you because you're so tiny. And for you, Weber, this is so weird because you're so used to being a giant spider. You're normal spider size.
How old was Weber when he was this size last?
Yeah.
Probably still in the egg.
That's a big egg.
Yeah, you guys walk for a little bit, and you get to this area that's kind of swampy, and there's lily pads about, and they set you down near what looks like a barrow to you.
Is anyone else wishing we'd ended up falling into Wonderland?
Not Wonderland. No, sir. Not Wonderland.
I would rather be tiny. I mean, you'd probably get tiny in Wonderland, too. I mean, at least there's people here to help. And help we do. This is close to where you need to be. And they set you down.
So, do I have all my key points back?
You do not.
Well, I mean, like, stopping
yeah.
and eating didn't count as a rest?
Yeah, that would have counted as a... Well, a short rest is 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh boy.
You guys get to... They set you down and they're like, we will be here when you retrieve the item.
It's a cookie, right?
That it is. It's one from not here.
And we just bring it to you and you'll make us big again?
Yes, we will. It is a cookie from Wonderland.
For freaking Wonderland. Okay, where does this mouse live?
They point you, and you see a barrow that looks as if it would have things in it. It's actually a tiny little hut.
Go knock on the door. I speak animal. What the heck is that?
You do. Hold on. And you watch as coming to the door is this little mouse in a waistcoat.
Bardolph is like, don't fall for the cute. Don't fall for the cute.
Oh no! And he just shuts the door.
So Bardolph had like a finger raised and his mouth open as he's about to like declare what his intentions were, and he just like chomps his mouth closed and like lowers his hand and knocks on the door again. Knock, knock, knock.
Don't eat me!
I'm
'Cause-
not here to eat you.
Because not only is there you, but there's also a giant spider, or a sizable spider. So a wolf person and a spider walk up to a mouse's door.
Yeah, but the wolf folk is like the size of the mouse, so.
Yeah. You promise?
Wolf's order.
The mouse cracks open the door. Hello?
Hello, gentle mouse. I am Bardolph Wolfgang, and this is my party. The valiant Rose Knight Aerith, the beautiful and deadly Laney Red, and that thing is Maximilian Weber. We're here for the cookie.
Cookie?
The cookie from Wonderland.
Oh,
We needed to get
that.
back to our proper size, you see, and
we're
desperate to have it.
I don't actually have it anymore.
Is Weber
What?
understanding any of this?
Nope. I gave it to the toads.
All you see is Bardolph making nice, and then Bardolph face palms and continues talking.
I gave it to the toads.
Why?
Well, it was a really big chunk of cookie, and I couldn't eat it all. And I didn't really want it, so I gave what I could to the toads. They should still have it, though. Mr. Toad lives, and if you head that direction, and the mouse points its hands out the door to the west, you'll get to his house. It's not too far of a walk.
Are they friendly toads?
Yes, of course.
All right, guys. Here's the deal. He explains what's going on.
Weber just bristles and hisses.
You what?
He's bristling and hissing angrily.
Oh, okay. It's just like he just does that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, gentle mouse.
Thank you. And he just sort of, are you done?
Yes, we're done here. Thank you.
Thank you. And he just shuts the door back. Okay. Am I the only one that thought that was absolutely adorable?
Nope. I wanted to keep him as a pet.
Yeah, you guys leave the mouse's house. You can't keep everything as a pet, you know.
I have no pets.
Well, you have Chester.
Chester's not a pet.
He certainly acts like one.
That's because he's a construct that is confused. So we are walking towards the edge of the water, and Bardolph does not like the look of this. They're
Yeah,
small
you
enough that a big fish could eat them in one bite, and small enough that maybe even large toads could try to eat them as well.
You hear, as you reach the water, someone seems to be humming, and you
Bardolph.
see
Ears perk up.
la da da da, as you see a woman about your size washing her hair in the water. As
Go ahead, Weber. Make with those silken words of yours, but maybe do it in a form that's not going to terrify the shit out of her.
All right. Gripe at me for wanting to help a little rabbit folk, but no, follow the random magic folk. Nothing could go wrong.
They offered me food.
they were
said that?
rather persuasive. And the food did smell quite
Right.
delicious.
Shift into human and go talk to the little person. Hello, miss.
Oh,
My
hello.
apologies. I had no intention of startling you.
You startled
I
me.
was actually hoping to ask for your assistance either with directions or in actually getting to the Toad's house. Yes,
Oh, you
bit of
wish
a
to go to
predicament
Mr. Toad's
involving
house.
magic folk and them experimenting with things.
Oh, I'm not used to seeing very many small folk. I was wondering, and that's new. And she points to Bardolph.
Well, we're not the usual small folk. Uh, we were normally we are much bigger, and
Oh,
that's why I said that magic folk is the reason we're here, and experimentation. So we're supposed to be bigger, and we're told that only a cookie from Wonderland
Well.
can help us. And the mouse that it was originally in the possession of gave it to Mr. Toad.
Well, that is an interesting predicament. Yes, I can lead you in the right direction.
May I ask your name,
As you
miss?
guys, she walks up to the rest of the party. She's, oh, of course. My name is, Carrie. You see, she has, purple hair, dark skin, brown eyes, and is wearing what looks to be like, various, almost like a flower dress. Like a dress made out of
Well, it is
flowers.
Nice to meet you, Miss Curie. This is Bardolph of the Wolf Folk, Laney and Lady Aerith of Human Folk, and I am Maximilian Whipper of the Giant Spiders.
Oh, that's...
Um,
Well,
I'm the size
most
of
spiders are
normal
giant.
spiders, and I've been shrunk, so...
That is terrifying.
Yes,
But-
I get that quite a lot.
But it
You
is
get
nice.
used to it.
It is nice to meet all of you. I've never seen a wolf folk my size.
Well, you're in for a treat. He looks at Lainey. I mean, just like because I'm, charming and good company, not because. Moving on.
I know you didn't mean anything, Bardolph.
Well,
And
so
you're
long
up.
as you don't want to keep this one as a pet.
I am...
Not furry. Why would I keep her as a pet? Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense.
But, oh, this way. Someone roll a d6 for me.
All right. That would be a 3.
Okay. As you guys walk, you hear hissing noises, but you're not quite sure where it's coming from.
Did you say hissing?
Hissing,
Like a snake?
like a snake. But you're not quite sure where it's coming from. You guys walk past a really pretty flower, but you're still not... Roll perception. And you can add hearing and smell.
Perception roll
Modded
for
12.
me was a modded 11.
Okay, yeah, you guys definitely... That flower fucking moved. That white flower moved. And that's where the sound of the hissing noise is coming from.
I believe we should move out of this area very quickly before that snake decides we are a threat to its territory. Or food.
Are you guys gonna try to run from the snake?
I mean, when you say the flower moved, do I assume that something bumped the flower or that somehow this flower is hissing it?
Somehow that flower is hissing at you.
Wardolph is like, is that like a hissing daisy or something?
No,
He asked
The-
the short little woman with us.
oh no. I think that's a flower snake.
The hell is a flower snake?
You watch as this flower like opens a snake, like where the center of the flower would be. Its mouth opens and it's a snake face. And what would be like the stem of the flower uncurls into a snake tail.
I believe we have your answer, Bardolph.
Oh, great. Any chance it's gonna leave us alone?
As it starts to crawl towards you.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Roll initiative.
That is an 8.
7.
Okay. You guys get to go first. Because apparently my NPCs can't roll for shit today. Or ever. So, what was that the two of you rolled?
An 8.
And then you rolled a 7?
Yep.
Okay. Weber, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm going to try spitting web into its eye.
You're in human form.
In that case, use an action to switch into spider form and then try to spit web into its eye.
Okay.
And I assume it's in roll range as opposed to free range?
Yes. Or no, it would be in... if you're specifically going to hit its eye, then you would have to roll. It would be in free range, but since you're going for a specific target.
Alright, and then my spider form combat is added to that.
It would be a -2.
Okay, so that evens out to a natural number, so that is an 8.
Okay, you shoot your web into the snake eyes, causing a blindness effect, which would mean that it has a -1 to hit you guys, and you have a plus, so it would only be a -1 to hit it.
Nice.
Bardolph, that would be your turn.
It's blinded. Okay. I guess I will. Guess I will move up and I will just attack it. Give the old 1-2 punch. I rolled an 8.
Okay, -1.
Did 5 points of damage.
5 points. And that's your movement and your action. Are you gonna do anything for your bonus, Zach?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use luck.
Oh, okay. And that's where it can't hit you unless it rolls a nat 10, right?
Well, it can't hit. Yes.
Okay. If that's is that your turn?
Yeah, I believe that takes care of his
Yeah.
movement, attack, and bonus, yes.
So Lainey is going to
I
run
can
up.
use a bonus action if I'm not going to.
Okay. Lainey is going to run up and swipe at the thing with her sword and manages to cut into its weird stem snake body. Looking like she's done some cut into it pretty deep. And that would be the now it would be the snake's turn. And the snake is going to see the wolf in front of it and try to knock him over with his tail, and that's not going to hit. And then seeing Lainey run up and attack it, going to do a bite attack. And instead, she moves out of the way and it buries its fangs into the ground. Aerith is going to run up and smacks it into its side, doing a bit of damage to it as well. And Carrie is just gonna sit back there and be like, "Oh no," and does nothing. Okay, that brings us back to the top of the round.
Alright.
Guys,
Move in up to the snake.
Okay.
Use a fate point to attack with venomous bite.
Okay.
And that is... Okay, with the total stacking for combat in spider form, that is a modified 12.
That'll hit.
double damage.
Yep.
Okay, that is 5 points of damage for the bite, so that's a 10. And for the D4, that is a 3.
Your D4's doubled too.
Okay, so that would be 10 points from the bite and a total of 6 points of poison damage.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah. As you sink down into its petals, you taste like the taste of flowers, and blech, it's not very good. And is there is that's your movement and your action?
Yes.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have anything I can do for a bonus action.
Okay. Bardolph, that would bring us to you.
All right, I'm just gonna. Does the thing seem to be still fighting at full strength, or is it starting to weaken?
It's starting to weaken a bit.
We'll go ahead and double flurry of blows because this thing is it's bigger
Yeah,
than us. It's
it
kind of
is.
intimidating. Okay, so that's a modded 12, so that's double damage on my first attack.
Minus its 1.
Oh, in that case, it's regular damage.
Okay.
So that is 7 points for my first attack,
Okay.
6 points for my second attack. Barely hit with my third attack. 7 points of damage. 7 more points of damage. That's all 4 attacks.
Damn.
Break some ribs.
Yeah, like it is looking incredibly haggard. Like it's on death's door.
That's good because I don't have many key points left, guys.
You used all of them to beat up a wolf folk. Lainey goes to swipe at it and
I
it just
felt like it was the appropriate thing to do.
yeah. Lainey goes to swipe at it and it just moves out of the way and then goes for another trying to get Weber with his tail.
You know,
And
I think we're flanking it.
you actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys are at this point, so you wouldn't have any negative to its hit. It goes to hit you, Weber, and you manage to move out of the way quickly, and it's going
Nice.
for
My
a.
attacks would have been double damage. Dang it.
I'm sorry. We know now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it goes to bite again at Lainey. And that's gonna hurt. Ooh.
Fate point reroll.
Oh.
Bardolph sees that it's about to strike Laney, and he throws his full weight into it to knock it over.
Okay.
Well, distract it more likely.
It still gets a bite, but not as hefty as it would have been. It rolled a nat 10.
The first time, but not this time, right?
So not this time. Yeah. It sinks into her shoulder. And comes back up. Aerith goes to attack it and it dodges out of the way of her sword. And then it would bring us.
Okay. Kill it, Weber.
Like I usually end up doing for you.
Ouch.
Let's
Just
see.
so
Did it
happens-
take poison damage on its last turn?
Yeah, so
Yeah, actually it would have.
okay, let me roll a d4. It takes another 2.
Okay.
So I will bite
Okay.
with a modified 8.
Okay.
Let's see.
Did
2
you get-
points
did
of
you-
damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Plunge in with the fangs and end up kind of goring it and ripping open a chunk of its body.
Cool. As you yank into its weird stem neck or like body at the base of the petals, you tear this thing open, nearly ripping the petal, like the flower like head, off of it.
Nice.
Okay, that was not the best of fights. Ow.
Hand Lainey one of my healing potions from under the top hat.
Thank you. I can heal if necessary so that you don't waste a potion. I think that might.
Bartle's like, I'll take some healing.
She she walks over to you, Bardolph, and puts you have healed by 5.
Hey, I'm almost up to full health.
I mean,
I'm up to 18 HP. I'm down to 2 key points and 1 fate point. Well, I think I might have more than 1 fate point. Guys, I really don't think that I can keep this up, Bardolph says.
oh, are you?
I need a rest. Oh, I have 2 fate points left.
Should we find somewhere for shelter?
Maybe the mouse will take us in.
No. I don't see that mouse being brave enough to let you in, let alone me.
Kiri's like, I actually there's somewhere not too far from here that you can rest. I'll take you there. It's about halfway between here and Toad's. It's my home.
Well, so long as we wouldn't be imposing upon you.
No, I do not see why not. I would kindly ask, however, if you could not be a spider.
Yes, of course. Transform into a human and wipe the flower snake blood off of my face.
Which it's actually like green.
Cytoplasm? Is that the right stuff? I think cytoplasm is just anything that's inside of a cell. Typical cell goop. I'm thinking of chlorophyll.
Yeah.
I need to meditate, guys.
You guys walk just not too far, and then you walk to this really pretty hut type house that's, looks like it's maybe made out of flowers and various things. You can rest in here.
Bardolph says, this whole thing kind of is starting to remind me of the story of Thumbelina.
Oh, that is a very wonderful story. It's one of my favorites. They say that my ancestor is Thumbelina. It's what they say anyway.
Weber pulls out his journal. Would you mind telling me this story? I haven't heard it.
Sure. As you guys get in and, sit down.
Bardolph finds a comfy place to go all lotus position and
she proceeds to tell you the story of Thumbelina, and she's like, I have some food if you would like.
It's not going to make us change size, is it?
I don't think you could get much smaller. And if it made you bigger, you'd destroy my house.
Well, I'm assuming it's not going to be magical. Well, if you can eat it normally and it doesn't change your size, so I think it should be fine.
She pulls out some, like, for you guys it's pretty decent chunks of bread, but if, like, they're basically like crumbs. And I'm assuming Bardolph. You guys spend your minutes to an hour in your short rest. If you've taken any damage. But yeah, you guys take your rest. And she's like, is everyone okay now?
I have all my key points back, yeah?
Yeah, you would.
I'm feeling good.
Lainey walks over. Are you okay, love?
He stands up and puts an arm around her. Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. It's a bit itchy, though. She scratches at where the bite marks were.
He just holds her close. He's like, you worried me there for a second, Red.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a little more hardy than I was before, though, so that's a plus. And she just holds up her bracelet.
He gives her his actual wolf smile, not his wolfish smile.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm glad you thought to put that on.
Well, I haven't really taken it off since you told me to put it on last time.
He's like,
So,
oh. He probably would have noticed that. I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah, she hasn't. Hopefully we don't run into any more weird things like that. You guys head out of the small woman's home.
Thank her. Ask her if, there's anything we can do to pay for the help.
No, it's no problem. Thank you for protecting me when the snake attacked. I would have been a goner if you weren't there. It's the least I could have done.
All right.
Before we depart, Miss Curie, would you mind signing this sketch I made of you?
Sure. She goes back into her place and pulls out and has like a pen and quill and inkwell.
Well,
And
Weber has his own calligraphy set, so
oh,
she wouldn't
he
have
would
to-
have already
Mhm.
Well, he would have already brought it out, and she's writes her name. She's like, "Is that all you needed?"
Yes, that was all I needed.
Well, hopefully you have safe travels to Toad's. He's not too far off.
Thank you for all your help, Miss Curie.
As you guys depart her house, you walk for what seems like almost 20 minutes to a fairly nice looking house almost, which is weird to see. I mean, for you it looks normal size, but this is tiny. And you guys are gonna knock on the door, I assume?
Yes.
Who's gonna be the one who knocks?
I guess Weber will be.
Okay.
In human form.
Okay, I was about to say. Is Bardolph still in his wolf form?
Yep, he is not changing until he
Okay.
gets big again.
Okay. You knock on the door. Hold on. And you see come to the door a rather dapper dressed Toad with top hat on. Well, hello.
I see you are a fellow top hat enthusiast.
He tips his top hat. Huh. What brings such interesting people to my doorstep?
Unfortunate decision making, truth be told.
Oh.
That one there, point to Bardolph, decided to follow a couple of magic folk, and thanks to the food they prepared, they decided to experiment with magic, and we ended up shrinking.
Oh, that is a predicament.
Yes, and the one ingredient that could turn us back to our normal size, we learned is in your possession, a cookie from Wonderland.
Ah, that would... Yes, Mr. Mouse did give me the cookie. Come in.
Thank you, sir. Take off the hat as I enter.
Do you follow suit?
Sure. We'll all go inside.
You guys walk in, and his house is pretty lavish inside. It's over here. It's quite a sizable thing. And he goes to the counter where there is this fairly large piece of cookie sitting on his counter. If you guys were normal size, it's basically just like a corner of a cookie.
Okay.
It might take all of you to carry it out, however.
I do suppose I could find us some help to haul it back.
Oh,
But that is if you are willing to part with it, of course.
well, I could see myself parting with it. Perhaps we can trade.
Depends upon the nature of the trade. What do you have in mind, sir?
Well, I am in need of new building materials and perhaps new things to make clothes with.
New clothing? All right. I could get you some very fine silk if you like.
Ah, that would be greatly appreciated.
How much silk thread would you need?
Well, I would imagine I would need a little bit, not, perhaps a yarn ball worth size of silk thread would be acceptable.
Bardolph's like, how about a copper roof?
A what?
How about enough copper to cover your roof?
That could work as well.
All right. As soon as we get big, we'll drop off the copper pieces.
Oh, well, how do I know that you will return?
Wolf's honor, he says, holding up a hand.
Persuasion check, Bardolph.
Okay, I'm going to use a fate point and activate Charmer as well. To the +4, my persuasion is at a. I don't have a persuasion. 14.
Oh, damn. I will. You seem trustable. I suppose I will wait here. And he gestures towards the cookie.
Right. I'll call
So-
up that help that I mentioned. Make it easier on us getting back.
Are you going to use a fate point to activate?
Swarm Lord.
Okay. Wait,
Lady,
what? Yeah.
close your eyes.
Oh.
Bardolph pulls out his the ghost strips that he keeps for wrapping around his hands in case he has to fight anything ethereal,
Yeah.
and he ties one of them around her eyes as a blindfold.
Oh. Shouldn't you warn the toad about what's coming?
Ah, yes. The help I mentioned happens to be in the form of spiders.
Oh.
I
They're
give
not.
I give you my
Toads are-
word that they will not harm you.
Toads eat spiders, dude.
They do.
They eat all sorts of bugs.
Yes, and some spiders do try to eat toads back.
That'd be
How-
a really big spider.
I will do my best not to disturb your help. His
So Bardolph, has Lainey sit down, and they strain to get the cookie outside and wait for the spiders to show up.
and the spiders do show up. Hello. Hi.
Hello,
And-
Williams.
Jeffrey!
Yep.
I recognize that one.
Why are you so little?
Magic folk, Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey just pokes Bardolph in the chest with his spider leg.
Bardolph tries not to move, like show no fear.
You're as big as me.
I'm as little as you. There's a difference.
Glad you could get here, Jeffrey. We need your help carrying this piece of cookie.
Okay. And he just, there's a few of them that wait for you to, heft the cookie onto the spider backs.
That's one way to do it. I thought we might find like a leaf and put the cookie on the leaf and have them create web ropes, and then they could pull the web ropes maybe.
That could
And
work
just
too.
slide the cookie. We could put our arachnophobe on top of the cookie.
Oh,
and,
that could work too.
and that way she doesn't have to see the horror that is going on right now.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Weber is translating.
Yes.
So that they do that. You guys get a leaf and they make like a makeshift, basically sled, and you put the cookie on it and you guide Lainey, and she's like, okay, I can't see. I'm kind of blind right now, so you're gonna have to.
He just picks her up and sets her down on
Oh.
the cookie.
Okay, that works too.
Let's just say that this is for your benefit, Lainey.
Okay.
Just so you know, I'll be walking right behind the sled you're riding on. So I'm right here.
Okay.
I won't be much farther than out of arm's reach.
Okay.
And with that, In Drider, order the 4 little spiders to mush. Onward we go.
Bartle doesn't know what Weber said, but he shouts, "Yaw, mules!"
I must say, this is an interesting, peculiar predicament that we have gotten ourselves into.
It's just the life of an adventurer.
Have you ever been shrunk down to this size before?
Never been shrunk at all before.
Oh, neither have I. Maybe we shouldn't follow random magic people into the woods next time.
But there was food. Did you smell it?
I did, and I felt as if I needed to eat it.
I feel that way about all food.
Yeah, you do tend to, devour anything that's put in front of you.
It takes a lot of energy to summon my key.
You managed to get all the way back, because, something's probably not bothering you, because there's 5 spiders just,
Yeah.
walking around. Things tend to leave that alone unless they're a lot bigger.
Like a cat.
Yeah,
Fighting a cat right now would be like fighting a fucking, Tarrasque.
yeah.
Mhm.
You guys managed to get back to where the twins were at. Well,
Thank you for your help, soon-to-be little ones.
I like it when you're little like this. We can talk face to face.
It is a surprisingly nice change.
Is Jeffrey part of your family, Weber?
Not really.
Oh, okay. So he's not of the giant spider breed.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just that we spiders enjoy talking to one another, even if there is a massive size difference.
Well, cool. Chester!
And Chester comes bounding.
Easy! Easy!
And he almost plows into you, which probably would have hurt a lot.
Okay, so I'm imagining just how terrifying a leaping, bounding steamer chest would be. And it's just it would have the effect of it would be worse than watching a semi trailer roll towards you on the highway.
Yeah.
Oh god. Chester, stop!
He stops.
So climb up on Chester and try to get the twins' attention. Hi!
Oh, it would appear that they have returned. Do you have what you were sent after?
Gesture to the cookie.
They grab it. Ah. Come back with us, and we will fix this.
Much appreciated.
They grab the cookie. The girl puts it in one of her apron pockets. And they put their hands down for you guys to grab. Or for you to climb up on them.
I will unblindfold Lainey whenever she is safely looking not at all the spiders.
She is safely not looking at the spiders. Huh.
Okay.
Have we gotten back?
Yep, we're back.
Okay.
Come on, beautiful. Time to ride on the giant hand of destiny.
Better than the sled of spiders, I suppose.
Oh, what?
It was actually really cool.
Oh, I'm glad you blindfolded me.
Next time you speak to little Jeffrey, thank him.
Okay. I'm assuming he was there.
Yes.
I'm not gonna turn around, just in case they're still there.
Bardolph is, he's holding her tight so that they can, steady each other against the shifting of the hands that they are riding on.
You're really comfortable when you're in wolf form. Your fur is soft.
I'm also probably slightly more at ease when I'm in my wolf form, to be completely honest.
I don't blame you. That's why I said I don't mind you being in it when you're outside of town.
I'm not like Weber. I don't like get, you know,
Antsy?
stuffy and yeah, I don't get it. I don't get like stuffy in my own skin. I just, feel more alive and capable and safer, actually, believe it or not, in most conditions whenever I'm like this.
Heck, I feel safer when you're like that.
You would be the first person to ever tell me that.
Well, I mean, you can kick ass when you're in human form, but you can kick even more ass when you're in this form.
Yes.
I know it is kind of weird for someone like me to say that I feel comfortable in your when you're in your wolf form. That is odd, isn't it?
I'm just glad you like it. That's all.
You guys get back to the twins' home and they set you on the table. We will make this quickly, and we apologize for the inconvenience that our food may have caused you.
Mm-hmm.
They grind the cookie up into something and they mix things a bit.
Head over to Weber and be like, "You did really well.
Oh,
Yep, you've been very very exceptionally helpful this particular go round. I just wanted you to know that I am very glad to have had you in the party. The webbing ropes, the spider allies, the uh, vicious killing of the plant snake monster creature, and that silver tongue of yours has all come in very handy.
first time any
I
other sentient being has said that to me.
I really can't talk to people the same way you can.
Well, if you're willing to try to talk them out of stopping the active murdering of you or your family, it's the best way to practice, though it's stressful.
Bart off, Bart off chuckles, and is like, yeah. When my family's under attack, I just fight back. I don't have the sophistication you do.
Well, that sophistication is really just a lie. It's just me trying to avoid being what everyone thinks spiders are. Unfeeling monsters and all that.
Squish.
Yeah, squish is a part of that, but whenever you're as large as I am, that's not as much of an issue.
Anyways, just wanted to point out you did really well.
Ah, it appears that we are finished. I am sure that you were wanting to get back to your form.
Yes, as quickly as possible.
Yes.
They pick you guys up by each by your the collar of your shirts and
Ow.
set you down onto the ground. This is so you do not break our table.
A very tough table.
They hand you guys a small, for you it's a decent size, but a small like crumb looking thing.
Munch.
Okay,
Here's hoping it's not any worse.
you guys all eat the food and you feel yourself start to grow again. And it takes a moment, but you're back to your proper size.
Aha!
Oh, thank the fairies. I did not want to be small for the rest of my life. That would have been terrible.
So, do you have any extra of that grow potion? Or food? He says, looking at the crumb between his fingers, if there's any left.
Yeah, you would have eaten it, or it would have slipped through while you grew.
But did they have any extra?
I am afraid we do not.
Darn it.
However, we do have some of the soup that you ate. Although I would imagine you would not like to go through that again.
Hold on a second, he says. And he like rummages around in Chester. Comes up with like a some kind of container with a sealable lid. Like, I doubt he would have like a test tube, but he might have like
Like an old potion bottle or something?
an old potion bottle would be perfect, and he like fills it with the broth.
Well, uh,
Then he corks it and throws it back in Chester to keep it fresh.
I do not know if it will wear off
Ever?
or stay permanent, but it should wear off if the person is to eat it. It may
Good to
just
know.
take a day or so.
Well, you never know. Well, it's been great.
It was quite the pleasure to meet you.
Well, I'm sure my grandkids will get a kick out of this story.
I thank you. It was nice to meet you as well, if not harrowing.
I kind of had fun. Bardolph admits.
That was certainly something.
Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of being the same size as my distant kin, like Jeffrey.
You're back to normal!
Yes, I am, Jeffrey.
Well, do you wish to stay further, or will you be taking your leave?
I mean,
We
I
should
think
probably get
we
going.
should go. Yeah. Don't want to risk something worse happening after all.
Thank you for stopping by and testing our food. We apologize for adverse effects.
You guys always stay here?
Yes, this is where we live.
Cool. Maybe we'll stop by again sometime.
We would greatly appreciate that. And with that, you guys take your leave and head back to the main road. So that was something.
I did not know what to expect whenever you're like food magic, and I was like, I don't know here.
That's why I specified that it wasn't a gingerbread house, because I think I mentioned at one point about how like witches did food magic.
Yeah, I was suspicious, but you know, I liked them. It was a cool little side adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We need
And
to go, and we need to drop off some copper pieces at the Toad's house.
Oh yeah, you did promise that. Do you think we can find it in our size?
Oh yeah, sure. We'll just
Roll
go to where they dropped us off.
Roll a survival check, because you were a lot smaller when...
7.
Okay, you managed to find your way back, and you see the little houses that, if you weren't looking for them, you would have probably missed. And you see Toad's house.
So, how many does it take? 4?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pay it.
As you set down the coins next to the house, the Toad walks out of his home, looks up at you guys. Oh, you did get bigger.
As we said we would.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that big, however. Ooh, thank you for keeping your promise. He's basically yelling at you guys.
Reach down and pick him up.
That works too.
Yeah.
I was just gonna kneel down, so we were closer.
Yeah. Well, I thank you. Is there any way you could shove the copper pieces into my home?
I mean, we could. But I figured if you were going to, like, hammer them flat into roofing, you might want them out here so you could work with them.
That is true.
By my estimation, they're more than twice as thick as they would need to be, so you've got plenty of extra to work with.
Yes, that would probably work out better. I thank you for keeping your promise and bringing me this. It'll come in great handy and be very durable. Plus, it'll be nice and a nice statement to my home.
Indeed.
can you put me down now, big fellow?
Of course.
It was a pleasure to meet all of you.
Likewise. And do take care of yourself. And with that, put him down.
He tips his top hat at you and goes back into his home.
Bardolph shifts into human form and, goes behind some trees and shrubbery or whatnot and gets out his spare set of clothes and puts it on.
Oh, yeah, because he's got a spare set for when he destroys the other one.
Yeah, and then he's got his wolf-size clothes, which he almost never has time to change into properly. Mainly
It was
because
nice to
people are
walk
bunch
about in my natural form for a while.
What were you saying?
even though people are a bunch of racist bastards and he can't walk around in wolf form all the time.
Yeah. Back to human form, then.
Yeah, it's best not to scare your random peddlers and
Yeah,
merchants heading down the street.
true. Because people are still afraid of wolf folk for some reason.
Well, we are prone to bouts of violence, and we're typically rather
Messy?
sure. I was actually gonna go with greedy. Well, not like greedy, but like mischievous. That's the word I think someone used. He looks at Aerith.
It is. You're, I mean, you're not all bad.
Thanks, Laney, I guess.
What?
Not all bad.
I mean, technically I've only met 2 wolf folk, and you beat the shit out of the other.
He needed to get educated.
Well, actually, no, that's 3, because I forgot the troop had 1 in them. I mean, the 2 of you seemed okay. Archon was the only one that was a piece of shit.
I mean, if he wasn't lying, he had good intentions for leaving.
Yeah.
So, sorta. But, over the course of the next couple of weeks while those ribs heal, he'll have a lot to think about.
Yeah. Oh, if he does actually go back to Nero, that'll be fun for him.
Yeah, he might very well be smart enough to make contact without giving himself away.
Possibly. My brother knows what he looks like, so Hunter may very well do worse than you did.
Shrug. Not my problem.
Seems I missed a rather impressive fight.
Yeah, Bardolph whooped the shit out of Archon. It was quite wonderful. Kinda wish I had gotten a few more hits in myself, but I left a nice scar on him the last time we met. So
I honestly hope that he tries to make things right.
I do too.
I don't know if there's any love left between them, but I still think that that kid needs a father, and the only one he's likely to get.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope he wasn't lying and he does go back. I mean, because if that's the case, he's not completely a shitty person. And my sister still does have feelings for him.
Well, looks like you're gonna have to start saving your gold to help your sister move out of town.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. So let's head to the next town and hopefully not run into creepy witches in the woods. Witches and wizard? Yeah.
Well, so long as they don't offer Bardolph food, I think we will be fine.
I think that's the way to get you. Just offer you food.
I mean, you did feed me at your grandmother's house, so...
That is true. They do say a way to a man's heart is his stomach, so...
Well, we don't have much daylight left. We better make good time.
You humans have such odd sayings at times.
You guys take the bit more time, to the little bit of time you need to get back to get to the town. It's dark by the time you get there.
Is it like a walled town or is it an open town?
It's an open town. It's actually a fairly smaller village. There is
Bardolph's like, guys, I hate to say this, guys,
what?
but I'm hungry.
Again,
I'm always hungry.
as long as we don't eat any magic shrinking stew. What are you gonna even use that for?
I have plans.
I don't. Do I want to know?
Probably not.
To the tavern then?
If there is one in a town this size.
Even smaller villages tend to have them, Lady says. I would assume so. Most places do. We can ask the locals.
Even farmers and shepherds need a place to get away from their wives and unwind. There will be some place that serves ale and food here.
Yeah, you guys walk a little ways and you find an inn called the Comfy Sheep.
I like it. Bardolph's like, sheep are comfy when they're not trying to run away.
Well, I mean, when you're trying to eat them or calling them dinner.
They didn't have much to say about the whole scenario.
Wait, did you talk to it?
No, but if it would have talked first, I would have known. You don't talk to things you're about to eat, just like you don't name things you're about to eat.
I mean, you did name it, but you did only name it dinner.
Okay, well, maybe that's an exception. Maybe it's a title.
You guys head into the small inn tavern. It's cozy in here. It's not super big, and there is an upstairs, but it looks like maybe there's only 5 rooms in this place max. As you come in,
What's the weather like outside? Is it clear?
It is clear.
Not expecting rain.
Doesn't look to be.
Okay.
You get in here, and there's a few patrons drinking and laughing. You see a jolly woman, really short, with her hair in 2 braids. This is a dwarven woman.
Huh. Haven't seen them in a while.
They're very uncommon in this country. And you may have seen a few in your forest, but 2 at max the entire time you had been there. She has rosy cheeks and an apron on. And as you guys go up to the bar, good evening. What can I do for you?
Who said that? Bardolph looks around at eye level, left and right.
I'm down here.
He looks down. Oh.
It's okay.
He smiles. He's not embarrassed. He was doing it on purpose. He was being a goofball.
It's okay, I get it quite frequently. Usually people when they're drunk messing with me, but I take it in good fun. I also can tell most of them that if they mess with me too much, especially the men folk, I'm at the right height to punch them where the sun doesn't shine.
You're the right height for certain other activities too, but we don't get into that. This is PG rated.
And I've heard that one a few times myself.
You started it, lady.
What will you have?
I'll have, he looks over at the chalkboard and half thinks about it. He's like, a leg of mutton and some spice wine and room. And he just drops a gold piece on the table.
That can be done. And about the rest of your group? Such a wonderful looking lot.
These 2 will need their own room as well. He points to Weber and Aerith.
That would be 2 rooms?
No, I'm only paying for 1 room.
I'll pay for my own room.
Well, no need to be shy now, Aerith.
She just sort of... Shut up, Bardolph.
He's getting so huge.
I think this is the payback for all of the shit you guys gave us.
All right, so I'll pay for 2 rooms and my food and her food. Nod to Lainey. And
Thank you.
Probably going to need a couple of drinks tonight. And I think there's plenty left over to buy everybody in here around.
She goes, quite a generous person that you are.
Keep the rest as a tip.
So lovely, thank you. I'm Mousy.
Okay, so he sits down and you know sips his spice wine and has a good time, just kind of watching people. He's feeling somewhat nostalgic about this place. Not that he's ever been here necessarily, but it kind of reminds him of home. These people are
Yeah.
neighbors and family mostly, not strangers. Nobody here is giving them looks, despite the fact that they obviously don't belong.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
They're
unless Bardolph missed it.
no, people are minding their own business. They're having fun, laughing.
And Bardolph knows how to make friends, and free drinks is a good way to do that.
Yeah. You watch as two of the men as Mousy comes around and gives them their drinks and points over to you, and they raise the tankards and goes, "Huzzah!"
he holds up his cup, to salute and takes a drink with him. How about
That's
music? You guys are good at music, huh?
yeah. We can. We haven't performed in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit too long, really.
Yeah.
I don't expect to be making a whole lot of money here. These
No.
people don't look particularly wealthy.
Nah. It's more for the atmosphere and the fact that I actually like singing.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the fact that music makes things a bit easier. Pull out the harp and start playing.
And she starts to sing as well. Roll performance.
That's a plus. That's a modified 9.
Okay. You guys are great as usual. You start to. You guys, the two of them are singing and playing and they're great as usual. Aerith sits beside you. They are quite remarkable.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud to be traveling with you guys.
I am actually enjoying traveling with you guys. A few hiccups along the way, but
Such is the life, Bardolph insists.
I would imagine. You know, the two of you and I have not had much time to talk while we were traveling. You usually stay glued to her.
Well, Weber's typically pestering you with more tales of your epic valor.
He does tend to like my stories, but I don't blame you for being glued to her. You seem to have picked a good one.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Oh, and why may I ask? Are you afraid that you're not good enough?
Somebody can read thoughts, he says, looking
Oh,
at her suspiciously. Then he smiles and takes another drink of his spiced wine and looks around again.
is he
Hard not to be
looking?
happy in an atmosphere like this, he says.
It's true. While the big cities are nice, I've always preferred smaller towns like this. It's more of a happy atmosphere because it's all the usually farmers and things getting off work and they know how to enjoy themselves. I actually grew up in a small village like this myself.
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
My family were farmers.
That I did not know. My family were gypsies. I
Yeah,
kind of
I
think
believe.
our peoples naturally hate each other.
I didn't. I mean, we didn't see much of an issue when we were a kid, and the caravan would roll by. It was always nice to watch the puppet shows that would be put on.
Well, okay, maybe as a kid, you love the gypsies and traveling circuses and such.
Well,
Let's
as in a
let's just say that the women folk in my particular caravan had an unfair reputation for getting around too much.
I could see that. I
We were
would have.
constantly being accused of being thieves too, so that didn't help.
I have heard such things. Some of it you know, completely unfairly true, but I just sometimes you have to do what you have to do to survive, and I understand that.
The
And
implication was that we were thieving for the sake of thieving, not for the sake of survival.
well,
And I mean,
I
I'm sure there were some of the younger guys that kind of did. It wasn't strictly necessary. It was almost out of spite in some cases too. So, self-fulfilling prophecies being what they may.
if you're going to call me a thief, then I'll become one, sort of thing.
I'll show you thievery.
Right.
Steal your
I
daughter's virtue and leave you a tip for it. Oh wait, that was my philosophy. Oops.
I have heard that you were quite the skirt chaser, or at least that's the way it's been put anyway.
Why you ask? You looking for tips?
No, I know that sometimes I know I do not condone thievery, but I know that some people use it to survive, and I know that some feel as if it's necessary to take from those who do not need it to give to those who do. I do not condone that or think that that is the right thing to do, but such as tales of Robin Hood and his men.
Have I heard of this Robin Hood character?
You would have. The Robin Hood in the Merry Men, and the title of Robin Hood is passed down amongst the group. They
So
still
Robin Hood's a
from
title?
yes, Robin Hood was once a person, but it became a title, or at least it said Robin Hood was a person.
Huh. Interesting. Um, do they like wolf folk or do they hate wolf folk or are they indifferent?
They're indifferent. They help whoever they feel are misfortunate. You know, steal
Yeah,
from the
they're
rich,
they're
give to the
they're a
poor.
bunch of rogues with hearts of gold or some such nonsense, he says. That's what
Something
the
like that.
stories say.
I've never ran into them, but I have heard those who have. And when they're not immediately trying to arrest them, I hear that they're nice people.
Well, unless we start heading through their forest, I think we'll be fine.
I think we might be.
Because I don't want to part with my gold. Damn it. I
I
feel like
think
I
they
give a
own.
bunch of stuff away anyways.
You do have given quite a bit of things away. If you had armored yourself with all the things you've given away, you would be an unstoppable force.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have a defense of like +6.
Yeah, the
Well,
DM would murder you.
have like I'd have a defense of like +5 and a damage mitigation of at least 1, and then my monk abilities, I would be untouchable.
But no, you do seem quite the generous type. I must say I honestly did not expect that from you.
I might just be bad with money, you never know.
No, he's bad with money. He tried to give someone a gold piece for something that was a copper once.
Facepalm. So he picks up like the entire leg of mutton and just like takes a huge like slow savory bite out of it and tries not to like sling grease onto her as he rips it off and sets the leg back down.
You have surprised me with a lot of your behavior. Although, to be fair, when I first met you, it was when you were in the middle of the full moon.
Almost immediately, gotta say, not my finest hour.
I thought you were amusing, and you had someone who was very capable watching you, it seemed.
I almost think that it was more important that I had somebody very capable of distracting me rather than, watching me.
I could see that. I could see how she could be distracted.
He just kind of looks at her at the corner of his eye and just takes a sip of his wine and doesn't say anything.
But I hope that, what do you expect to find at Maleficent's castle? If you don't mind me asking.
Glory, treasure, magic, and vengeance.
Vengeance. Oh, do you think that that person is there? I think I've gathered from context that she's not just an old friend you wish to reconnect with.
No, she's an ex-lover that left me for dead.
Oh, that is quite unfortunate.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't really know why, but,
you want closure.
talk to any guy, and she'll be like, I thought everything was fine, and next thing you know, she burns the house down and clubs me over the head with a frying pan.
I can't say that I've heard very many stories of that nature, but I could see why you would want to know. It's a terrible thing that someone would do that.
Yeah, I don't really know what the hell's going on, but that's okay.
Well, hopefully we find her and you can get some closure.
That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good.
With that, you guys end your singing, and Lainey walks over to the table. Having a good conversation?
Well, now that she's not accusing me of cheating at cards, swindling people, or, other debaucherous behavior, yeah, I
Oh,
think we're getting along just fine.
I was messing with you.
Am I supposed to tell?
You two are great as always.
Indeed, Bardolph says, uh, you know, raising his cup to Weber as Weber approaches, and, finishes the salute by draining the rest of the cup.
Just don't drink too much of that.
I think I'm done for the night. 2 cups of spiced wine, feeling pretty loose.
Well, that's good. As long as I'm not trying to make sure you don't fall out of a second story window.
Was it really that bad? He asks the whole party.
Yeah, I had to catch you. You almost fell out the window. It was rather amusing. You were, yelling lots of insults out the window at us.
Yeah, I was ready to have Aerith bash my head in with her sword.
Well, I would apologize, but I really think that whatever I said was probably true, so I'm just going to reserve judgment until specific indictments are brought to me. I think that I'm going to go up on the roof, watch the stars for a bit before bed. Look at Lainey. Care to join me?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Right, I've been meaning to talk to Aerith about some things.
Yep, you two have that awkward conversation.
Y'all have a good night. Lainey, be nice. Puts an arm
Okay,
around her and leads her out the back door, looking for the ladder that there should be.
there is, and we'll have Weber and Aerith's awkward conversation, and then we'll kick it to the roof.
Well, I think that then we'll probably kick it to the round robin because
Yeah, it's getting late. Yeah. She motions for him to sit down next to her.
Take the seat. Just put it straightforward that I will admit that it was a mistake, but I don't entirely regret it happening. Though I'm sure Mari's mostly the one to blame for that.
That Bard was persuasive, to say the least.
Yeah. But
Alcohol and bards make a terrible mix.
yeah, that's the truth, though. Mari and I did have a few drinking parties every now and again whenever she showed up, but
Nothing
that's
that
beside the point.
ruckus, I assume.
Mainly, my wife made us stop drinking.
Smart woman.
Well, sometimes, especially once Mari got comfortable being in the company of giant spiders, mainly just to get a rise out of her bandmates, she would start flirting with me specifically.
I don't I don't know if that was to get a rise or if she was actually interested, all things considering.
Well, I'm pretty sure she was curious whenever she was exceptionally drunk, but anyway, those are stories for a different time, I imagine.
I would.
But knowing both Mari and the company she tends to keep, neither of those two are really going to be keeping their mouth shut.
Huh?
Neither of those two from the other town are going to be keeping their mouth shut for very long about that.
Well, I would imagine that most people wouldn't know. It's not as if there were eyes and ears all in the inn rooms.
Yeah, well,
And it's not as if we had said anything off. As I said before, I didn't even remember that we were going into your room. I think we accidentally stumbled into it.
uh-huh. And from what I can remember, Mari started in and then started winding you up, and then you got involved.
That's possible. No,
Yeah.
But apology accepted. It was my mistake as much as it was yours.
Well, given what I know about fortune and human nature, neither one particularly likes spiders. So there's
If
a
you
good chance that you could get a lot of flack if that comes out. Because all it
Um,
takes is them meeting one rose night, a few drinks, and then they're bragging about what happened.
It's true, but I don't think that it would be that big of a deal. Plus, I would imagine they're not going to bring up the fact that you're a giant spider.
Actually, no,
I
and Mari,
I think everything will be okay. Don't worry.
unfortunately, I can't allow myself to think that it will. There's a lot there as to why, but
Dear Weber,
I just don't want a friend to suffer the darkest aspects of humanity.
you think so little of us.
I seriously doubt she'll be burnt at the stake over it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Metagaming, but just saying.
I think I'll be fine. Even if it lets slip. Oh goodness, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, there'll probably be a heartbroken prince, but not that big of a deal.
Well, hopefully not. But I know I'm not your usual fare, but
What are you getting at, Weber?
I was wondering if you wouldn't be opposed to occasionally indulging each other in our company.
I don't know if I'll think about it.
Well, at the very least, I'd like to occasionally have something to distract me from the nightmares so long as we travel together. Or I find some sort of solution that does involve you.
Right,
killing
may
me.
we change the subject?
Of course. Still, it was nice to see Mari again, though she has mellowed a little bit.
That was mellow.
Yeah. I think the first time that she wanted to actually sit down and drink with me and my family just to get comfortable around us, half a bottle of absinthe
Oh,
and 3 bottles of wine were consumed.
that's a lot of alcohol.
Yeah. And she'd even bought like 5 pounds of coffee
Oh,
as well for the occasion, so
there was a lot of alcohol and caffeine to be had.
yeah. And it was an enjoyable time for everyone, but the morning after, headaches abounded. And
Hangovers can be.
yeah, and at the time I think it was 50 children.
That's a lot of children.
Yeah, and approaching 150 grandchildren.
You have quite the brood.
Well, I didn't become a broodlord for nothing. Which, there's only 2 types of leaders for spiders like a queen that can have more than 5 broods, they're very rare and they have distinctive markings. And then broodlords like me who actually somehow manage to command the respect of other spider families, I guess.
That is interesting.
All I know is that thanks to traveling with you guys, I've actually become a bit more comfortable, as it were.
Well, I'm glad. As
And I
I
am sorry for saying that, causing you to think that I think so little of you, but
no, it's fine. I suppose I should explain when I'm messing with people. Bardolph seems to think that it's hard to tell.
it can be at times, especially whenever my head's kind of running in circles, trying to sort all this out.
I understand, and like I told Bardolph, I'm glad to be traveling with the lot of you.
Yeah, and I really do have to thank you because you've actually helped me ease the pain and caused by humans and some of the hatred I held towards your kind.
Well, I'm glad that I can be a shining example. That's what I try to be.
Yeah. Still, it does worry me about human nature and what could happen to you because of that
You
whole
really
ordeal.
shouldn't, you silly old man.
Well, I've learned that some of the stories that my parents told me are in some instances true.
Well, and the funny thing about the story of the bards, most people aren't going to believe them and think that they're exaggerated tales. And most bards like it that way, because half the time they do tell exaggerated tales, and half the time some of the ridiculous things they say are true, and they don't always want them to know. So if 50% of what you say is bullshit, most people are going to think that all of it is.
I suppose you're right. Still, allow a friend to be concerned at the very least, would you?
But no, I appreciate your concern and your offer, although I don't know if I will take it up because I am not the type. But I appreciate your concern and treating someone who you just recently met as a good friend. It's refreshing.
Well, I don't want the cycle of why spiders in Norfolk are all mostly monsters to repeat, so I try to befriend humans when I can.
You certainly do a good job of it.
Still, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if something bad did happen because of that, so.
Like I said, it was just as much my mistake as yours. It's not as if you persuaded me or forced yourself upon me.
Well, I don't think there'd be very many willing to believe that because spiders, for the most part, are viewed as manipulators.
Thank you for your concern. I think I will be taking my leave and heading to sleep. I will see you in the morning.
Right. And for your own personal comfort, I think I'll head to the woods outside of town and find a place to sleep.
Bardolph did pay for your room.
He paid for a room that we were meant to share.
He ended up paying for separate rooms because he broke down and decided, fine.
I must have gotten wrapped up in my own thoughts again.
Possibly.
Still, at the very least, I would like to eventually talk you out of that rose pauldron.
At least it's not you're not trying to talk me out of the rest of my armor. And she waves and walks upstairs. We'll call it here. Thank you guys for watching Page Turner. We hope to see you back again, and